Hello everyone. My students are usually very confused when presented with the research proposal. It's so different from anything that they may have written before that students could find writing about their processes an uncomfortable experience. Thus, in this presentation, I will explain the research proposal essay and what each paragraph will require. Let's get started. First, as with any essay, we need to understand what the expectations are for that essay. In short, the research proposal is a preliminary query into a research topic. It defines the topic and/or problem, and it outlines a plan for your intervention. Essentially, the research proposal will present what you expect to write about in your research essay at the end of the term. The proposal will answer the following questions. What topic is your research essay going to discuss? What is the problem that the research essay will answer? This will be your research question. How did you decide on the topic? How did you create the research question? And what kinds of sources will you consult to help you answer the question? In the following slides, I will explain what each of the research proposal's paragraphs will need to accomplish. The introduction, to start, will need to define and describe the topic you have chosen to analyze in your research essay. For example, you could start the essay with something that sounds like the following. For years, climate scientists from around the world have spoken out about the dangers of accelerating temperatures caused by human industry. And yet, a vocal and powerful group of people deny scientific consensus. Climate change deniers argue that. After defining the topic, the introduction will then need to include a research question that the research essay will answer. The research proposal should not, I repeat, should not answer this question. It only needs to ask it. The research essay will eventually answer the question. Right now, you have not learned enough about the topic to provide a well-developed answer. For example, a possible research question for the topic I presented above could sound like the following. How can climate change deniers be convinced that climate change needs to be addressed? The last necessary component of the introduction is the thesis. It should inform the reader of what the proposal itself is going to accomplish. For example, in this essay, I will explain how I chose my topic, how I crafted the research question, and what sources I will consult in my research essay. In the first body paragraph, you will need to answer the following question. How did you decide on the topic? The paragraph can explain both your interest in the topic and what steps you took to decide. Essentially, the paragraph will need to explain your process to the reader. To help you get started, you can use the following example as a model. When choosing my topic, I started by focusing on my interest in climate change and my frustration with people who denied the expertise of scientists. With each passing year, it seems that Texas summers have become increasingly hotter. For the second body paragraph, you'll need to explain how you created the research question. Like the previous body paragraph, this one will need to focus on your own process. What problem or problems need to be addressed in the topic? Did you have to do any research to learn more about the topic? What did you learn? As an example, you could start the paragraph in the following way. Lay people and elected government officials in the United States are making it difficult for the nation to take action to prevent the devastating effects of climate change. And so, I want to see if there are any techniques or methods that can help with changing the minds of climate change deniers. The final body paragraph will need to answer this question. What sources do you expect to consult to help you answer the research question? In this paragraph, identify at least 2 specific sources you will consult and provide a list of other sources you plan to use. Reading the sources thoroughly is not required for this paragraph. You just need to identify them by their titles and provide a brief explanation of why they look like strong sources. Use the following example as a model to help you start this paragraph. To help me answer my research question, I will consult a wide variety of sources. For instance, the National Aeronautics and Space Administration, NASA, has an entire section of their website devoted to climate change and global warming. For the conclusion, summarize the choices you have made so far and explain what you plan to do next. For example, you could start the conclusion with something like this. So far, I have started narrowing the focus of my topic on climate change deniers and. A conclusion will end by looking toward the future. Offer the reader a glimpse into what steps you plan to take next. Thank you for watching. Please let me know if you have any questions.